You're now tuned in to the Soulful Stir with Tash and Symoné.
Okay, well, we're potting now, so we can talk a little bit. Did y'all miss us?
I know they did.
Because it's been a very interesting last couple of weeks. But thanks for tuning in and welcome to another episode of the Soulful Stir. I'm Symoné.
And I'm Tash. And we're back.
We back.
No, it has been. It's crazy because it's been a weird summer. Like, just thinking about the way things have gone for both of us, like from like May until now. And we really stuck it out. Like, I want to make sure we understand that we really fought. Like, we pushed it hard and we stayed consistent.
Yes,
even though things were like up in arms a long time ago. And I think it just kind of all came to a head, like, just because things are just, life is just crazy in these last 2 or 3 weeks for sure.
Life has been very interesting, but I think it's also a testament to just the fact that we really do the things that we say that we do on the pod. And we are very blessed individuals, but we are also very busy individuals. And sometimes you have to compromise when you have or you're juggling as many things as we are. So I'm grateful that we have the opportunity to share so much of our life on the pod. But I'm also glad that we have a healthy balance of doing this, having this creative outlet, having this community outlet, and also being able to take care of business, in our professional and personal lives. So I'm grateful, and it feels good to be back. So I will kick off with my good news. This is like part of my trip that I went on. So I went to New York and I went to New Jersey. I was in between the two for about a week. It was a bittersweet trip. I went on the trip to attend my grandmother's homegoing. However, I wanted to make sure that I made time to enjoy the trip also, and to give myself some time to clear my head and clear my mental space. So I went to a block party in Bed-Stuy, and that block party was actually very lit. It was like seeing everything on TV and on Instagram come to life. Yeah. Like, oh, this is real. Like, and they really do this, and they really are out here with these giant speakers blasting Caribbean music, and it was a vibe. It was a vibe. So I went there, and then I also went to a boxing match. That was very interesting. Honestly, I didn't want to go at first, but my friend wanted to go, and it was at her boxing gym. So we ended up going, and when I went, I was like all in because I couldn't believe how people just be out here fighting like that. Like, they know how to fight for real. They know how to fight for real, and that
is so random that you said people really be out here fighting like that,
because they do, like, and they know how to fight for real, and it was just really cool to see such talented people dwell in their craft and you can tell, like, that they really love this sport. So that was cool. I went to Michael B. Jordan's bar in Lower Manhattan last lap.
He has a bar? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he's one of the investors in the in the business. But yeah, it's called Last Lap in Lower Manhattan. It was really nice. The service was great. The food was good. I had a Sorrel drink.
Oh yes, my favorite.
Top tier. It was so good.
In Thailand. That was so good. Did I ever tell you about that? The Jamaican restaurant in Thailand was bussin'.
Oh, you did tell me that.
It was so weird.
Because what?
It was so weird. Like,
because what Jamaicans doing all over here?
No Jamaicans were in there.
Wow.
All Thai people in the restaurant.
Even more interesting. Because where did you learn this?
When I tell you, every single thing was absolutely good. Everything. Oxtails, jerk chicken, the sorrel was perfect. Everything was good except for the Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And maybe I just don't like them no more. And maybe that was just a nasty one. I don't know, but I ain't like
the
it.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sorrel is hit or miss for me. I think my taste buds are shifting. I know that they are because that was really good and refreshing. But growing up, I did not like sorrel. I was like, this tastes like cleaning solution or something. Like how I would imagine a cleaning supplies would taste.
I've always liked it, but I'm a heavy hibiscus person. I love hibiscus.
I like hibiscus too, but I don't know what it is about sorrel that just tastes different. So yeah, that's my good news. I of course did not look forward to going to a homegoing celebration, but I would like to take the time to just honor the fact that my grandmother lived to be almost 87 years old. And that's a long time to be on this planet. And so many people had so many great things to say about her. Like even my family, like I've never heard anyone speak ill of her.
That's cool.
My father always spoke well of his mother, and I think that's just such a beautiful thing. So I could go and experience grief and also be able to say, like, you lived your life well and job well done. It was a true homegoing celebration, but I also used that time to reflect and to learn more things about myself. I have not actually sat down and written down the things that I've learned when I was there, but that's coming because I've been like assessing throughout the week, like what about when this happened or when this happened? What did I learn about myself? Or did I have any aspects that I want to deeply explore? You know, any kind of particular thoughts, or if something happened where I was like, I actually want to look into that a little bit more. So I'm going to sit down and write all of that down, and I feel like at a later date y'all will hear about it. But overall, great trip, great flight, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be able to spend time with friends and family, and it was lovely. Just have a new set of scenery.
Yeah.
However,
cool.
Let me just say that Chinatown, I did not like that experience. That was probably like the part that I did not like. It was so many people on the streets in this one little section of New York. And I was easily overstimulated.
Oh, well, yeah, don't. That's how Brazil is. Like, it's certain parts of Brazil we were going, especially like some of those tourist areas, and it's crazy. Thailand was like that too. Like, it'll just be people. Like, you should have seen how many people we got on the train. And that train, I've never seen so many people. Like, there's no personal space whatsoever.
No, man, because you know what I'm thinking about? Pickpocketers.
Oh, I would prepare. I have one of those. I bought it when I went to Paris years ago, but it's a fanny pack. It's a flat one, and you like strap it across your chest. It can go under a shirt. I'm gonna ask you another question after you finish about your experience because.
Oh, that's it. I don't need to go there no more.
Did you see the video of the white lady who snatched that girl up in Paris? I think, were they in Paris? Or they were somewhere. The girl pickpocketed her.
The little girl?
She wasn't little. She was 14.
Are you talking about the girl with the pink jacket on or something?
No.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. They been calling her Judy B. Steven or some shit.
Yeah, Judy B.
Yeah, but this is a white lady. She snatched this girl up in Venice. Girl, she snatched her up by her ponytail in Venice because she tried to pickpocket her. The girl did. And the white lady turned around and snatched her by her ponytail and was like... Apparently she was from North Carolina, and she was like, I got 8 kids or whatever she said. She was like, you don't scare me. She literally grabbed that girl by her hair. And when I'm talking about snatched her up, but somebody had already ran away with her purse at that point. But yeah.
In Venice?
Yes.
That's like one of the places that I would never think that something like that would
And
happen.
those are the places that happens the most. That's I was never scared of pickpockets when I went to London. When I went to Paris and Amsterdam is when my fear shot up, because that's where you have the most of them. Like, oh, it happens all the time, especially on like public transportation. And we used to ride the subways all the time when we go to other countries and travel and stuff like that, because it's just the most efficient way of getting around and having a true organic experience. But yes, they will pickpocket the shit out of you in Paris and like Italy, Rome, different places in France, all those places. Oh, they stealing, like stealing.
Damn.
Yep,
Well, I need not go there,
it is
because I'll be
always
just like that lady.
and it's always the people that you least expect. Like, it's not like some obscure man with a coat and a hat that walk up on you and steal your shit.
It's a 14-year-old girl.
It's a white lady with her kid, and she's taught her kid how to steal. It's a 7-year-old kid that you're looking at saying, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And the whole time this kid is distracting you, so their siblings or their mom can reach in your purse and steal your shit. And they like to steal, especially from Americans, like passports and IDs and all of that kind of stuff, because those are the people who are like, they steal because they're working for some trafficker and they want your ID so they could do all of this X, Y, and Z with it. Absolutely not. I keep my shit close, and when I go to all of them countries, not that y'all gonna know where exactly I'm at, but I keep all my passports and IDs in the hotel in my like safe. Like, I lock them in the safe, because if I ever get arrested or something happens to me in another country, I can just tell them to go to my hotel room and I can show you my identification that way. But I'm not about to have it on me so you can steal it off of me and be trafficking kids under my name and shit, bringing them to the country thinking it's me.
It's just sad because people have this misunderstanding of American culture and the fact that we the ones to steal from. Now, I guess, like, there are some people obviously that got it like that. But a lot of us
don't.
We work hard for our shit. And the last thing that you want to do is go on vacation and have somebody violate you like that. I've got nothing, like Whitney Houston. Again, I've got nothing. I've got nothing to say. I've got nothing. I'm glad that lady called her. I don't condone violence, but I also don't condone stealing. I don't condone theft.
That's always one of the things that I'm always the most scared of. Like, when I do go out of the country, it's like I'm always holding my shit tight. Like, I rarely like taking all them big bags and shit. I don't take. It's usually me with some kind of crossbody, something tight across my body. It's gonna be a fanny pack or something that, in order for you to open it, I'm gonna be able to see it. Like, you can't get me from the back. I don't stick nothing, hotel keys, nothing in no jean pockets, none of that. Like,
same,
absolutely not. Like,
literally the same. I carry a small wallet, small, like, not even a wristlet, like nothing that can dangle or somebody can quickly unzip. Like, most of the time when I'm traveling out of the country, I definitely wearing a fanny pack. More people need to get hit. I get that some people, you want to go and flex and, show off your new bag. Yeah, you should. You bought it with your hard-earned money. I get it. You should wear it. But I think that we should also be smart about where you are wearing this shit. Like,
I was about to say, but not to be elitist, as people like to call me sometimes, but that just always goes to show you people that are used to traveling international and people that not. It separates those who are aware and not. Because when I go to these places, because I travel so often, yes, I'm gonna take one of my cute new bags. When we went to Brazil, I took my brand new Prada pumps and my bag to match, because that's the night I'm going to dinner. We're going to Uber from the hotel to a dinner place that we have some reservations. This ain't no street food. We going to sit down at a Michelin star rated restaurant. We gonna take some pictures. We gonna come back to the hotel, and then we gonna come up out of these clothes, and then we gonna hit the club. But I'm leaving this stuff back in the room. You see what I'm saying?
Club, another club, Michelin
exactly.
star.
Like, we not doing this. I'm not wearing my good stuff there. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that, but the more you travel, you'll get that. Like, I don't even understand why. Like, my packing, When I go to Brazil, when I go to certain places, Europe, I pack differently because I'm packing because most of the time these are places where fashion, is a deal. So I'm going to pack a certain way. But when I'm going to the Rio down in Dominican Republic, when I'm going down to the Grand Palladium in Jamaica, when I'm going to the so and so in Mexico, baby, I'm taking Shein outfit after Shein outfit and some sandals because I'm about to be on this resort.
Yeah.
Unless I'm planning on going off the resort, I don't need all that. I don't even need that to go in the little club that y'all got on the resort. Like last time me and my mom went to we went to DR last year for Mother's Day, and we went to Rio in Dominican Republic and Punta Cana. And we was having a good time, but we was laughing. Me and her was sitting back having some drinks. We was laughing at the people because we was like, we could tell it was an adults only resort, but we was like, we could tell the young girls from everybody else because we went to put on a cute dress, but we had on like some little cute sandals for it's a beach party, it's a white party, like it's a little night party. They walking through the sand with some little heels on. They trying to click down to the thing. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody about to see you. Take that off. You know what I'm saying?
You never know. What Jasmine Sullivan say? Cause you never know who's
She ain't said nothing about wearing no
watching
heels at the
you.
beach.
She said you gotta stay on. You gotta stay on.
But if you need heels to stay on, baby, that's another problem. Because if you can't do it,
I agree.
If you can't do it with some cute sandals on, you in the sand, girl. You at the beach.
Listen,
this is a pool party. Why you got all that on? Like
I'm with
it don't
you.
require
And
that.
I low key feel like this kind of taps into mind, body, and balance because the balance aspect.
Yes.
Nowadays, when I'm traveling, when I'm packing, like when I went to New York, one travel carry-on bag.
Listen.
I could fit everything that I need in my carry-on bag in my backpack. I just feel like I don't need all of that. Like, even if I'm going international, when I'm on a resort, yes, I agree with you. Like, I'm bringing a few cute swimsuits.
Some
I got
sundresses, some cover
exactly
ups.
some
You know what I'm
sundresses, some
saying?
cover ups.
Maybe a pair of shorts or two and a tank top in case we want to go do a little excursion.
Something adventurous. Some biker shorts. Some you can get around
absolutely.
in.
The rest of that
You don't
ain't
mind getting
necessary.
dirty if you're going to be on a little ATV situation.
Listen.
But yeah, you don't need all of that. And I think that I low key, like, I don't like seeing people overpack for things.
Yeah.
Like, you got all these clothes, and I used to be one. I used to be a severe overpacker. I got all these fucking clothes, and I only wore like half of them. So now it's to the point where I'm like, one pair of shoes, can I wear this 3 different ways with everything, damn near everything in this suitcase? Cool. I got that pair. I got my adventurous pair, and I might pack a pair of heels.
Yep.
I'm straight. Like, learn to balance the packing, and maybe we can talk about that more on another episode. But I do want to know, do you have something else for mind, body, and balance?
No. I just feel like that's
because I can't
key.
wait to get the sound check. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I mean, we can go
I can't wait.
move.
I can't wait.
Well, since yours is so pressing, let me just go ahead and start sound check off with just saying that I'm going to see John Legend. I got
That's
the
gonna be
ticket.
so
It's the 20th.
nice.
It's the 20th. It's the 20th anniversary of Let's Get Lifted. And if y'all follow me on social media, y'all know that's kind of like the only John Legend album I like. I ain't gonna lie. I like the other ones.
Why you didn't ask me if I wanted to go?
Because it wasn't my thing. Felicia called me and was like, let's go. So she bought a plane ticket, and then I bought our concert tickets. But this all happened really.
I'm a soror.
I'm not gonna lie.
I could have gone.
See, this ain't that kind of function because I ain't.
That's true, but still.
and to be completely honest,
that's me and Felicia's
keep it
connection.
completely honest, I was in the middle of doing some stuff that I really didn't have no business doing at the time that she was texting me all of this, and I was under the influence, so it just kind of happened.
I want to know what you were doing.
It just kind of happened.
Well, I'm glad that you're going to go see him. That's going to be a lit show. I love John Legend, and he's definitely had some songs that I feel like
I liked
for
him
most of us
when he was a toxic Capricorn and he was letting it show. Like, that's why I like Let's Get Lifted.
Yeah.
The second album was cool too, but after that he started making all of this.
That's Let's Get Lifted. That's Remember When I Used to Love You?
Yes.
Hey, listen.
That's the best album. Yes.
There's nothing that I wouldn't do.
That whole album, listen.
That man said, I went through the fire for you. What?
Listen.
Yes.
That whole album is absolutely just classic from beginning to end. But then he started making all this like high quality elevator music, and it just kind of
yeah, I mean, but I think that he's had some tracks like in between that were
If he start working with
really,
Kanye again,
really,
well,
really
I don't
great.
know, because Kanye a little different now, but
Because I like that. What is the name of that? I gotta look up his discography to find. Legend was a good album. I like that album. I liked some tracks on Bigger Love too. And then he had, what is the other album? Love in the Future. Okay, let's not forget about Evolver, because Evolver had Green Light on it. You didn't like Green Light?
I mean, yeah, but that wasn't,
No. Okay.
you know.
So I ain't gonna lie. I can't speak for the entire album, but I really do like Green Light, and I feel like Good Morning for some reason. Yeah, Good
Yeah,
Morning.
I will say that was a decent album. So I'll probably say maybe his first like 2 or 3 albums was good to me. But after that, they just started. That was probably the last album. I'm not gonna lie.
I would listen to Love in the Future. I'm not gonna lie. I could
what
listen
you
to the
call
album
that?
top to bottom. Love in the Future.
What was on that album?
You probably All of Me.
Oh
and,
no, absolutely not. That's the album I didn't like.
Nobody in the World. That's my jam. You and I. But that's not your speed of
No,
music.
it's
So
not.
that it makes sense. Like
Yeah.
that wouldn't be.
Yep. So
Yeah.
yeah, the first 3 albums. So Get Lifted once again was good because that was my song. And we did it again. Yeah, that's my shit. Like
You're
yeah.
my favorite.
But he started getting a little weird on that one too, though. Like, cause that's when he made that Save Room. I ain't like Save Room.
Oh, Save Room for My Love.
Yeah.
I like that song too. PDA is on once again. Yeah, John Legend, he's got some songs that's definitely been is a part of the soundtrack to my life, I would say. And I'm pretty sure millions of others. But to slide into what I've been wanting to talk about, because I couldn't wait for this project to drop. And I'm enjoying it so far. I'm still, like, I have to listen to an album a few times. Like, I can get that first initial from top to bottom. I want to hear it, no skips. Let me see what I like the first time I listen to the album. Second go around, I'm looking for specifics. Okay, let me get into the granular details. Tiana Taylor dropped the album. Tash, I want to hear it because I'm looking at your face.
I'm just letting you. I'm just letting you finish because I ain't gonna ever have nothing to say on the topic because I ain't never gonna listen to it.
You don't like Tiana Taylor?
Not enough to listen to her album.
Listen to the album. I think you will like this album. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't like her as an artist at all. Like I like 1 or maybe 2 of the songs that she's ever come out with.
You know, no Tiana Taylor slander would be tolerated.
Like I like that one song, Out of My League. I like that song. And then I like the song that she did with Raekwon and Ghostface or whoever.
So look,
was.
I have been a fan
That's
of
it.
Tiana Taylor since My Sweet 16. Since Google Me.
What is that?
She was on My Sweet 16 on MTV.
Really?
Yes.
I used to watch the show and I don't even remember that. I
She
do
was
remember
on
CeeLo's
there.
stepdaughter being on there, but that's it.
Oh, Sierra, when
Yeah.
she didn't Bow Wow come to her party?
Yep.
And they almost canceled her shit because of her grades.
Yep.
That's not funny, but it is. Looking back on it.
Crazy.
Because I was so like upset with her. Like, Sierra, she not gonna have a party. Okay, look. Tiana Taylor dropped this album. I love the album. It features quite a few narrations from different artists, different actresses, such as Taraji P. Henson, Sarah Paulson. Okay. You know who Sarah Paulson is?
Ain't she an actress?
She is from American Horror Stories.
That's
That's just one project that she's been
I
a
was about to
part
say because
of.
I don't watch no damn.
I'll show you a picture. You know exactly who
I
she
know
is.
exactly who she is because I can see her face. Yeah,
She
I
has
forgot what she was
Lala,
in.
Niecy Nash, Jodie Turner-Smith, which I think
I don't like her at all.
Jodie Turner-Smith.
Yeah.
So I think that her narration on here is, well, I know it's definitely one of my favorites. Issa Rae has narrations on here. Kerry Washington. And last but not least, Regina King.
And
she
so
has
it's
a
funny
narration
you
on
saying
here.
all of this, And you already know. It's crazy because you telling me this like, yeah, listen to it. But the more you tell me this, the more I'm like, I ain't listen to this shit. Because I don't want to hear all that talking. Like, one album I had so many high hopes for that did that pissed me off was the Beyonce, that Lion King album, because she had features from Tierra Whack, Pharrell, all of these good Afrobeat artists. But I will say she did come back and correct it, and she had one without those interludes.
Yeah.
And she took them out, but it was a whole bunch of talking, like James Earl Jones was talking on the shit, like, you know, all these different parts of like the Lion King, and you could hear the lions and all that shit. And I was like, this is too much. I hate that. Like, I absolutely also hate when I'm reading an audio book. And for whatever, I can't think of the authors right off because I listen to so many that it happens in. But like, especially in urban fiction ones, what'll happen is they'll be saying that, oh, they in the club and the song came on. And instead of them just saying so-and-so was playing by so-and-so, the narrator will start singing it. Like, it's like the author wrote the lyrics to the song in the book. And the whoever's reading it for the audio version will sing the lyrics out. And I'll be like, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, so
Like,
here's the thing. I don't mind narrations. It depends on what it is, and I'm tracking the flow of the album. So, like, is this narration relevant to what the fuck is going on? And I feel like her narrations throughout this album, they're pretty nicely placed. Like, it does make sense. It makes sense for the flow. And then she has a visual album that goes along with it. And so watching the visual album, looking at this, the visual, beautiful. We know body, T. Got to give it to her. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. He's also...
You know I don't like his ass either. So this is...
She's
making this worse and worse as every chance she gets.
No, this was great. It's great. I love Tiana Taylor. Some of my favorite songs on this album are Fire Girl, All of Your Heart. I like Shut Up, In Your Head. Bed of Roses is cool too. That's one of the singles. And I love In Your Skin. Always is a beautiful song as well. She has her daughters featured on the album. I just think that, honestly, I feel that Tiana Taylor is brilliant in her ways of creating, because she not only creates for herself, but she creates for other people too. And I think it takes a powerhouse of an individual to be able to do that and still like have their own creative structure and way of doing things when it comes to their own artistry. I think that this album was nicely done. It's one of my favorite projects by her. I'm looking forward to the tour because I'm going. And I want to see all of this come to life. Like, I got to see like how she takes this album and turns it into a tour set, because I feel like the shit is about to be like insane. And that's just going off of the visuals, the sound, of course, but then also the performance that she did at the BET Awards. That was pretty interesting, the way that they had everything set up. So you are entitled to feel however you want to feel about Tiana Taylor.
I don't feel a way. I don't even, she doesn't even come into my like thought. Like, it's funny because Joel will do that. Like, we'll be sitting around and he'll be like, you don't like this song? I'll be like, no, not really. Why you don't like that? I'll be like, because I just don't listen to it. Like, I don't care to. You don't like nobody. I'll be like, I don't. It's something about people have to like really strike me for me to be like, yes, I want to listen to all of your projects, or I just want to listen to what you put out new. And like, I don't even know when she puts out music. Like, I don't follow her on Instagram. Like, I don't keep up with anything about her. So it'd be like, I don't ever think about it.
Can we make a pact that you will at least just listen to this one song called Fire Girl? Because I feel like you will like that song.
Okay, I'll listen to the one song.
It sounds to me like it sounds a bit different than what we're used to hearing from Tiana. This whole album,
I don't know what I'm used to. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I
don't know what I'm used to.
When I say we, I mean like the people that actively listen and support Tiana Taylor. Like, this album sounds different than what we're used to hearing. And you could hear how she's playing around with a different sound. There are a lot of strings in this album. There's a bit of a reggae influence in this album. Jill Scott is on this album too. K Tronada is on this album. And y'all know I love me some Jilly from Philly.
Absolutely.
And K Tronada, okay? K Tronada, I'm not even gonna get into K Tronada because I went to his show and I'll tell y'all about that later. That was, yeah. very interesting. But yeah, shout out to Tiana Taylor. Okay, because no slander will be tolerated. And I thought what was so cool when I was in Bed-Stuy, her street team was out during the block party, and they were like giving out all these different like promo materials. You will find like fans like all over Bed-Stuy. I thought that was just so cool because again, it's like, dang, y'all really be out here. Like, this is a real thing. This is really a part of the culture of New York. And I did like that aspect. Yeah, so jumping into rhythm and groove, I do have a question. And with Tiana Taylor's album having this sexual kind of undertone to it, some sexy tracks on there, I think this is a nice transition. Do you feel that sexual incompatibility is a non-negotiable for you?
Absolutely.
But okay, here's the other part of it.
Ain't no other parts of it.
Yes, it is. Second part. Do you feel that you can teach someone how to please you?
No, not at this age. I'm too grown.
Would you do it when you were younger? Do you feel like your perspective?
No, because when I was younger, I was dealing with people that was older than me. So I felt like you should already be experienced. Speaking of, so just a little bit of my business.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of your business. Because
this is crazy.
I just feel like we got a lot of catching up to do.
Yes, we do. And so one of the things that I just don't even care about, I was talking to Felicia about, I was talking to her about somebody that I dealt with when I was younger. And I was like, I shouldn't have dealt with that at that age. Like, that's the kind of situation I should probably be in now, or I should have been in my late 20s. Like, it was way too advanced. And I feel like that's why I have a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say problems, but like, that's why I am like I am when it comes to like dating now, because subconsciously a standard was set, thick line drawn in the sand type shit. And so it's weird because I think in the back of my mind, I always compare every situation to that one, and none of them ever like measure up. And it's really weird because when you get to the details of why that situation was like it was, it's not even a positive thing. Like, yeah. It ain't even like something at this stage in my life like that I should even be, you know what I'm saying, that should even be a question for me. But because that standard was set like it was, at this point in my life, I'm like, oh, nah. Like, I kind of expect that. I ain't gonna say at this point, I've always expected that type of treatment. And in some way or another, I was never able to get it. And it's really weird. Not saying that I've had bad treatment or things have not been good since then. But in the totality of things, when you list out all of these things on paper, you know, I'll be very demure and say candidate by candidate. All of the qualities never equate the same. Like, some may have some things, some may have others. Some may have other things that weren't there in that situation. But when you think about the entire list, they never met. They never like equal up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So what do you do about that?
I don't know. I don't know. And that's the where I am right now. I'm just kind of stuck where it's kind of like, wow, you know, because like I said, I just feel like at this age, we too old. Like, I really want to be this type of person that's like, oh, I'm, you know, it's not that important to me, but that's not true. It's very important. And I think you have to be compatible. And I don't mean necessarily like with the quantity of it, but also with the quality of it. Like, I don't want to be with somebody that we like the same things and we're willing to try the same things, but whereas I want to do them 4 times a week, he only wants to do them once. that's a big difference. Like,
Yeah.
because what am I supposed to do those other 3 times?
It
Or
also makes you question if they actually like, if they really are into it, or if they're just doing it
exactly. And I
because
don't want anybody to do
you want to do
something that
it.
I want to do just because it pleases me. But I also don't want you to be doing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I don't want you to also not have what you want because of me either. Because in the back of my mind, if I know you like X, Y, and Z, and I ain't willing to do X or Z, and only Y on the weekends, all the time, or not all the time, but sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm gonna be wondering if you just decided to forego your needs and desires and just say, okay, because she don't want to do that, I don't care about having it done. Or do you say, well, every once in a while when I get the opportunity to get it done some kind of way or another, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
As long as she don't find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of like a conversation that we was having before when we talked about poly relationships, because even, like some people talk about, well, I know I don't want to do this and I don't care if he does this. Like, oh, we have an open marriage or we're okay with this. I still wouldn't be okay with that, because at the end of the day, I'm going to want to know, like, are you doing, like, how often, I'm going to want to know too much. Like, how often are you doing this?
Yeah.
If I called you last Wednesday while I was grocery shopping, you didn't pick up the phone, was you doing this? Were you not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I know? And just because I'm open about it, where is the line between respectability and disrespect? Because yes, I want you to respect me and not lie to me about doing it if we're supposed to be in an open situation. But I also don't want you disrespectfully coming home saying, yeah, I was with Tanya last night and we did X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
whoa, I don't need to know that either. Like, but so I think it's very important. And but I also think that I'm not going to say it's hard to find. I'm just going to say, like, sometimes people don't understand that the compatibility isn't there, and it's not because they're not doing something right physically, especially to the men that are listening to this. Like, this is especially for the men. And I speak on behalf of all women when I say this, okay? We are more inclined to be porn star freaky and nasty if all needs are met and we don't have cares about things. If I have to come home and the house ain't been cleaned in 3 days and you've been at home for 3 days,
Libido plummeted.
You know what I'm saying? If I've been telling you for
Depleted.
2 weeks that I need a car wash, and you walk past my car every day to go to work, and you come home and walk past that same car every day, and I'm driving it, and you haven't thought to let me take my lady car up to the $7 car wash real quick, I'm not going to want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if I tell you on Tuesday, hey, you know what I'm saying? I had a taste for such and such. You know what I'm saying? And it's just about attentiveness. It don't even have to be nothing major. I can tell you I had a taste for Taco Bell. It don't got to be Ruth Chris. It don't got to be nothing. I can say I want Taco Bell tomorrow. And hey, I wanted to go to the movies and blah, blah, blah. Or I had a taste for this and I'm just so tired. I got to come home and clean up, and you get off before me. And I come home and you done cleaned up said thing and you got Taco Bell. Like they said on ATL, oh, you getting some Cutty tonight. Okay? You gonna get, because you're listening to me. You're trying to make things better for me. Like, you cannot burden somebody and expect them to be free enough to be fluid with their body and their sexuality when they're mentally and emotionally burdened. And sometimes physically too.
But this is so deep, because I'm sitting here thinking as you're talking, like, this jumps into a very complicated history around women's bodies, our rights, and the sense of entitlement that men feel over women. Like, we're just now, I feel like, getting to these types of conversations where it is more explicit about what the needs of a woman are, and our wishes for those needs to be met.
Yes.
In exchange for a compatible balance, in partnership, and in when we talk about intimacy and sexuality, this is something that's relatively new, because let's be clear, people never gave a fuck.
No.
Honestly, like it's like you're expected as a woman to please your partner. You're expected to do these things regardless. You know, think about the ways in which a lot of our great grands were married to men that they didn't necessarily want to be married to, or those men were doing things to them or being abusive, and they didn't have any grounds to leave, because what life are you going to live by yourself as a woman who can't even get a credit card?
Well, to play devil's advocate, and abuse and all the negative shit aside, think about it. Back to what I was saying. Our grannies and everything, they was cooking and cleaning because that man came home and brought that check home.
That is true.
Our grannies didn't have no jobs. They didn't have to go deal with nobody talking shit about them, dealing with people bullying them professionally at work all day, and coming home, picking up kids, cooking for them and all this other stuff. Granny them got up in the morning, cooked breakfast, saw that man off to work, saw them kids off from school, did God knows what, okay? The mailman could have been coming by. The milkman, Mr. Charlie, could have been coming by. We don't know what Granny was doing to get her gratification in the middle of the day. But all I do know is Granny didn't have to pay no bills. She might have had to go down to the people and pay it, but she didn't have to work to pay it. That's that whole level of, if you want me to be soft and be this kind of way with you, if you want me to cook 3-4 meals a day, if you want me to take care of myself and all of this stuff with no stress, then you have to make it so I have the space to do so.
So look, that is a great perspective, and that is one part of that whole relationship dynamic and all of the things that ties into the romantic side of it, and wanting a woman or making a woman want to desire you in a different way. Yes. My question is, yes, the bills are paid. Yeah, Granny didn't have to work. She didn't have to deal with the world in which we know it to be now. We have very different experiences around that, right? But does it get lonely when other aspects of that relationship may not be met? And a lot of times I feel like it wasn't. Like, at least from the stories that I've heard personally, there's this missing component of intimacy that they had. But there was this missing component of passion.
But you missing my point. I said when Granddaddy was at work, she probably had some people coming over. Like, think about it.
You just gave me. I
just happens, had an idea. And I'm not trying to be funny, but it happened all the time. Like, when you hear all these, think about all the videos you see of these older ladies on Facebook. People be recording their grandparents, and them grandmamas be talking slick. Like, I done had this man and blah, blah, blah. They don't care. Like, at this point, they are willing to tell it. But back then, they weren't. But think about, I mean, how do you think that whole thing came where... Not when people getting older, they're finding out, oh, this man wasn't really my daddy. He was the one in the house, but somebody else was my daddy, because your mama was getting the passion from somebody else. Your daddy was going to work, and yes, she was doing it to him at night out of duty because she felt like that's the tax she had to pay to get all them bills paid. But
somebody who really loved her probably was
waiting
in the wings, and
especially how back then. Think about it. We talk about all the time. I saw a post the other day where somebody was trying to be funny, talking about all the songs be about cheating come from women. We're the men with songs about cheating. And they like, what do you mean? Billy Paul made the best one, Me and Mrs. Jones. Yeah, he said we got a thing going on. Yeah. If you listen to that's not, who is that? Is that SOS Band? I think it's SOS Band. Don't quote me on that. But that's my other song. Oh no, that's Mtume. You, Me, and He. It was a woman. She said, I'm your lover. She said, he's my lover and I'm your wife. She was telling that man, the song is called You, Me, and He. And she said, what we gonna do, baby? You my husband, but this is who I'm in love with.
I can't dispute that
it was happening. Yeah, women was getting their thing.
And art imitates life, right? So we have the documentation that we need to prove this. Not only that, but like some of the stories that I've heard from my my elders. Yes. So some of the stories reflect the loneliness, you know, that I'm speaking of, and that missing factor. But then the other stories reflect what you're saying. And when you were just telling me about this, you just gave me an idea. There is somebody very special who I'm going to bring on this pod.
I don't know if I told you about, if we talked about this off air, but one of my close inline ancestors or elders, I could say, or whatever, however you want to put it, found out, we found out that the man that she thought was her daddy all her life wasn't her daddy. And she was in the middle. She wasn't the oldest of kids. She wasn't the youngest of kids. She was in the middle. And that man who she thought was her daddy was the biological dad of the kids that came after her. The way she was conceived was by one of them me and Mrs. Jones type situations. Because her mother was married. Her mother was married to the man. And she carried his last name and everything, just like she was her kid. But you could look at her and tell she wasn't. But once again, those men were also doing their own things too. And so at some points, it was like, I'm not going to question it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you had to look at them kids and be like, oh, nah. But at that point, you already have so many other kids by this woman. What, you gonna leave her because she had this one on you? Back then they didn't. That ain't the kind of stuff they did. They knew. Like, I remember some of them stories where people was getting older, like especially when you live in the South and you grow up in the South, you'll hear people say like, oh, well, I found out that this was my brother or my cousin. Like, I thought this was my cousin, but it was really my brother, and blah, 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 all of this time. And you'll find out where it's like, the woman will be like, oh, I knew he had kids with that woman across town and blah, blah, blah. As long as he made sure me and my kids was fine, it was okay. And those men were doing both. It was like these women she knew she was on the other side of town. She knew what house she lived in on 3rd Street.
They had an understanding.
They had an understanding. And I'm not saying that that's right, but what I'm saying is that's how that was. It was listen, you gonna pay these bills and take care of me and these kids. As soon as I get an inkling that you out here doing wrong, Mr. Charlie coming over here, he know you, look, especially on Friday on payday, because he know you, everybody knew everybody's business back then. He know you work at the steel mill from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Friday, he know you go to the pool hall after work and have a few beers and shoot pool. Have a few shots of whiskey. So he know he got all day to come over here and tear this thing up. We can lay down. I can make him a pork chop sandwich.
Smoke a cigarette.
Listen. We can have us a cold Coca-Cola like they used to say back in the day. I can make him look, Mr. Charlie can stay over there for about 2 meals if he play his cards right. 3 if she do it the right way, because he can come over there after he go to work. After Melvin go to work, he can come on over, have breakfast. They can do it all day. She can make him a little pork chop sandwich for lunch. They can have something quick. They can even go back there and smoke them some reefer if they want to. Yeah. They can probably have them a shot or 2 of whiskey. He could do it again, and she can fry some chicken and make some collard greens, some cornbread, and some pinto beans or whatever they was gonna have for dinner, what she was gonna feed them kids when they came from down the street playing with their friends. And Melvin came home from the pool hall drunk, on his hot plate. But I guarantee you, when Mr. Charlie left up out of there, he had him a to-go plate wrapped in some aluminum foil.
You know, Tash, you got this down to a science. Sounds like you may have done it before.
Yes. In 1953, that's how I was getting down.
Sounds like you've done this before.
But it's a real thing. So that's the thing. It was like them women was willing to put up with a little bit, because more than likely, especially the ones that got drunk, by the time they got drunk and they came home from work, they couldn't get it up anyway. So she didn't care.
Listen, I understand all of that, and I'm not debating with you. And again, I'm going to put a pin in this, because there's somebody who I'm going to bring on this pod that has a very unique story. And I could only go based off of what she has told me in the past. I'm going to bring her on this pod. I'm going to call her today, actually. But all of that to say, don't try that shit now, y'all. I mean, I could even say, don't try that shit now, because some people are living like that now, and that is reality for them, and they're cool with that. Do what works for you. I'm saying that shit don't work for me. We could play a whole nother game if you want to play, but that ain't the game that I'm trying to play with no partner, honestly. So this is super random, but going back to my trip to New York, when I came back, I saw this thing plastered on the headlines, and I was just thinking, like, were they on the flight with me potentially? Like, when did all of this happen? This is jumping into the delicious dive, y'all. when I got back, there's a headline that said confiscated at Detroit airport. Can you guess what it was?
Was that them kangaroo tails or something?
Monkey meat.
Monkey meat. Oh yeah, I think they had. Yeah, I knew it was like something crazy.
So, yeah, I was like, what? 52 pounds of what is called bush meat, including monkey meat, was confiscated from a passenger from Central Africa. And they said that this is considered a rare find. And apparently, people, which is not hard to believe, people do eat bush meat as a delicacy. And it says, so the source that I'm reading says that while primate meat is infrequent, agents regularly seize other illegal items like cane rat, antelope, and invasive species such as African giant snails and even human skull. What?
Hell no.
Okay, now that threw me for a loop. So the monkey meat though, apparently they had this in two travelers' bags. They were bringing it back, and that, like, reading about that in itself was like, damn, like, what did this really happens? And it's really just happened in Detroit. We don't usually hear about stuff like this in Detroit. Maybe y'all hear about stuff like this in other states where, you know, people are frequently coming in and out and bringing in these kind of items, but we don't get that at DTW. Honestly, it is rare. And that's not even the part that behooved me. I mean, it did, but further down in the article, they said, we talked to somebody who has eaten monkey meat before, and they said that it tastes like horse. I beg your finest pardon?
How do you know what horse tastes like?
I beg your pardon. How do you know what Mr. Ed tastes like?
That's crazy as hell.
And why is that even appropriate?
Did I tell you how my granddaddy told me that McDonald's sold kangaroo meat when I was a kid because he didn't want to take me to McDonald's?
No.
So just it's really quick. I was probably like in middle school. I was either in like middle school or like ninth grade at the time, because I think around that time is when I started like, oh, I want to eat McDonald's somewhere. But I used to eat triple cheeseburgers from McDonald's all the time, or fucking double quarter pounders. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I used to eat them like on a regular basis. And one day I wanted to go to McDonald's so bad, and he didn't want to get up and take me. And I was like, Granddaddy, can you please just take me? Because I wasn't driving yet. So I know I had to be young. So I'm like, Granddaddy, can you please take me to McDonald's? I was like, I got my own money. Like, that was going to sway him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got my own money. Okay. I just want McDonald's. And he was like, no, it's food downstairs. Because he got himself bacon, chicken and shit. And like, my grandmother was always the cook. So when my grandma died and my granddaddy started trying to cook food around the house, it just wasn't going to work with me. So I was like, take me to McDonald's, dog. And he was like, well, I mean, if you want to eat that kangaroo meat. And I was like, what? And see, he took advantage of the fact that I didn't watch the news. So he's like, you don't be seeing on the news. He was like, that's how you think they make all them hamburgers that fast? You think it's that many cows around the world for them to be making all the McDonald's they got around the world? What do you think they making that meat with? They making it with something. He said, and it's kangaroos. And after that, I would never fucking eat a burger from McDonald's ever. Like, I was so disgusted. And so he won.
Wow.
I didn't eat that baked chicken. I ended up making him take me to Coney Island, which was crazy because Coney Island was further than the fucking well, no, it wasn't. Now that I think about it, because Coney Island was straight through the parking lot. So yeah, Coney Island was a little bit closer, but still, he just didn't want to go to McDonald's, and I was like, dude. And he told me it was kangaroo meat, and ever since then, I was like, oh no, I will never eat a burger from
smart man.
What you call that? And to this day, if I do eat McDonald's, I only eat Chick-fil-A. I only eat a fish fillet sandwich, and you gotta add pickles to it.
To this day, if I eat McDonald's, I only eat Chick-fil-A.
I mean, that's about right.
That lets us know what's actually on your mind.
I can't even eat Chick-fil-A.
What actually is on your mind.
But I did go get a side salad the other day and some french fries, and it was pretty decent.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though it's not so delicious, you know, it falls into the sector about food because people really be eating that. Like, it's a thing. But the fact that you thought you was going to get it over here and shit was going to be cool, like that's what's interesting to me. And honestly, now I'm thinking, did you get it over here before?
Probably so. I mean,
you just got caught this time.
Absolutely.
Like, that's I'm just bringing this monkey meat back. Like, what?
That's exactly why they did it. because they knew they could.
Yeah, but I thought that was very interesting. Sliding on over to counseling confessions. Do you have something for the people?
I do. I mean, it ain't nothing real, but
Everything is real.
so I think let me calculate the statute of limitations.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I think this is far back enough. Not that it matters, but
One of those stories.
so we always be fucking with Rick Ross about that. Put Molly all in the champagne. She ain't even know it, and that's really bad, right? Because it's like,
It's also really bad. Rick Ross without a beard.
yes, absolutely.
But carry on.
And that's really bad because I don't ever condone drugging somebody or nothing like that. But I kind of did the same thing one time. But it wasn't that. So, I'm a holistic hoochie.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Or at least I was.
about.
And the fact that you already losing it. So I was heavily involved with this young man. And he was, he was a holistic hoochie too. And we was just having dinner. I cooked us a nice little vegan dinner, and it was all that. And you know what I'm saying? I already knew what the night was going to entail, but I just really wanted it, you know what I'm saying, to like, go up a few notches. And so he was like, oh, let's drink some wine. And I was like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's get us a glass of wine, because everybody know red wine is my thing. And I put a few drops of maca root, like liquid maca, in his wine. And he sipped it and was like, what kind of wine is this? And I was like, I don't know. It's something new. I just tried it. He was like, oh, it's not too bad. He's like, it's just got a weird taste to it. And I was like, oh, okay. Drink it up, though.
It's just got a weird taste to it. I wonder why.
And I was just sipping. And then eventually he started getting handsy. And I was like, yes, it worked.
Do you think that he would have gotten handsy?
I mean, I knew it was going to happen regardless. But like I said, I just wanted to, I wanted it on my time. Like I didn't need the whole let's sit back and watch a movie and all of this stuff. Like, sir, we've been doing this for a few months now. Like, we don't have to do all of this sitting around and watching no movie. We ate dinner, take your clothes off.
I feel that.
And so that's kind of how that happened.
Well, that's quite all right. Well, it's not all right. Let me take that back. I do not condone
And
that.
it's really bad because I didn't feel bad about it at all when it first happened. But like over the years, like the more I think about the situation, I'll be like, damn, that was kind of messed up. Like,
morally wrong.
I didn't get that man no kind of free will. But like he already, I mean, like I said, it was gonna happen anyway. It wasn't like it hadn't been happening, or you know what I'm saying. It was like, one of them situations. It was just kind of like, I'm just gonna enhance it a little bit.
Well, I guess I'm grateful that it was just maca root. I mean, it was a vitamin, a herb, like it was a plant, but shit.
And it came to me earlier today. It made me think about it. Like that's what made me think about it again, because everybody knows I'm back on my like real strict health and fitness journey, and so like I've been heavy on my creatine and everything after the gym, and I know maca root is another way to help with your muscles, and so I got some liquid maca and I was getting ready to put it in my protein powder, and I was like, I don't think it's a good idea because I'm not in that space with anybody right now. So I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna hold off on introducing this maca for a minute. And then that made me think about the time, like, do you remember the time? And then I felt bad, like, dang, did I rape that man? But I didn't. But it was still one of those situations, like, yeah.
Don't even say the R word. No.
Because, like I didn't. It wasn't at all. He was fully consenting. Like I said, wasn't a drug. It was just maca root. But is it any different? She
got her hands up, like.
Is it any different than a dude taking you out for oysters? Aphrodisiac is aphrodisiac, right?
Aphrodisiac. Yeah, that's a point. Like, I don't eat oysters, so I mean, y'all know that I don't like oysters.
Yeah, but I'm saying
our early episodes, you know that I don't like oysters. So you will not catch me eating that aphrodisiac. But there are several herbs that serve as aphrodisiacs, and maca root is one of them. That's just the tip of the iceberg for real.
That's just like, I mean, if a dude take you out and y'all just start ordering all these rounds of shots. Like, y'all already know what it's about to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
something
saying?
about the-
In my particular, so it's the same thing. We just had dinner. I mean, I can't help that.
had dinner
I
at mine.
want your muscles to generate nicely. You know what I'm saying? I was looking out for his health and his wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just trying to make sure he was, his muscles was gonna form in nicely.
Remember on Baps when she had made Mr. B that concoction
With the egg in
and the
it.
egg in it, and she said, "Remember my grandma used to essentially do the same thing."
Yes.
And she was like, "You didn't say that it got him up, but it got him up."
Yes. Because it killed him.
So again, back in those days, and even still today, obviously, grandma was doing that too. Auntie, yeah, they were doing. They knew what they were doing. How else would we know that these are aphrodisiacs
Exactly.
and that these actually work? Huh. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, with the people, Tash. Don't do that shit no more.
Nah, I ain't doing it no more. I don't care. I don't care about nobody enough no more.
Yes, you do. All for the sanctuary scoop. On to the sanctuary scoop. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. We are at the Soulful Stir on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I gotta get better at posting on Facebook. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I got to get better at posting everything. I've been trying though, like I really have, but it's just been
It's
a
hard
lot.
for us because we don't be posting on our real pages like that. We just, I just kind of read. But yeah, follow us on everything. Tag us if you see a topic or something you want us to talk about on social. Please tag us at the Soulful Stir. Like, comment on our YouTube page, and also subscribe.
Yes, please
send a
subscribe to our
friend. Tell a
YouTube.
friend about a friend. Tell your cousins, your aunties, your uncles. We want everybody listening to the Soulful Stir, and stay tuned for future announcements for events to come in the future and all of the things that we have in store. Again, we are building a community, and we're being very strategic about this. We really appreciate y'all listening to our pod and supporting us every week. And we promise to do better about our delays, but that's what happens when you got travel plans and we got stuff to do. So
Life be happening, y'all.
yeah, it be doing its thing. Well, this has been another episode of the Soulful Stir. Over and out.